Hello, hello, everyone. Welcome to Auntie Derek's Daytime Tea, where we discuss the latest celebrity tea in the news. I'm your host, Auntie Derek, and with me, I have my lovely co host, I Chill. Hey, boo.
Hey, honey, on the day after hump day.
The day after Hump Day, Thursday, August 14th. And like I always say, I think we have some good tea for us to go over, so we can just go ahead and jump right into this hot tea.
Ooh, Thursday tea time.
Yes. Well, our first story, we always like to start with the latest Diddy news.
And he stay in the news, poor baby.
He stayed, and you know what? I love this for me because it makes it very easy for me to do what I do. But so I actually have a video by way of TMZ, and y'all should see where it says here, Diddy had a family reunion in jail. So it's just pretty much like paparazzi video of them going to visit him. It's about a minute long about him, the mother of his latest child. Let me see. This is Justin. But I kind of want y'all to pay attention to like the body language. Now, other than Justin, they all kind of look sad.
Okay.
See, he hugging Gina and his little sister, Justin. There's King in the background. I think Gina knows those cameras is there because that looks like a pose to me. Okay, so right here, they look a little worried. You're gonna see his mom come out. Diddy's mom. There she is, Janice.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I don't know, almost like it looked like they almost been crying. King, Christian, he looks a little worried, pulling his hair. Mm, I don't know. It's because it's looking a little like. Do you think they may have found out some news or something, or do they think that maybe it's not looking good for their father or and Janice's son? Like to me,
Mm-hmm.
that body language was like,
They
mm,
look concerned. They do. They do look concerned. Uh, maybe the fact that he's not getting bail and still in there may be it, or it may be something else. But they definitely look like they're something's on their mind. Maybe they did find out something, a possible sentence, maybe, or maybe he's not doing well mentally. Maybe they saw his condition and thought, you know, it wasn't good. Something's going on.
hmm. Okay, I'm glad you confirmed it for me because I'm like, I know I ain't crazy. They look worried as hell, honey, especially his mama.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I guess after rewatching the video for a second time, I guess it looks like when Justin was smiling and stuff. I guess maybe that was before they went in to visit him
Mm-hmm.
because that's when he hugged, Gina and the younger sister, and then King hugged her as well. And then when I guess they went in and visited him, now everybody look like they all sad as hell coming out.
Mm-hmm.
So, mm,
Yeah, he may not be
mm-mm.
doing well mentally. Maybe he really thought that he would get this last attempt at some freedom before his sentence. And that has to be demoralizing, even for him. Um, I get it. It could be very demoralizing.
Well, I'm sure many will disagree with me, but I did love Janice's blonde distress wig. She really did look like a white woman in distress, honey, with that hair. And I was low key here for it. So you better work, ma'am.
I just don't like that color hair. I don't mind the blondish browns, but when you get to the very white blondes, I don't think a lot of people can pull that color off. And it has nothing to do with skin color. It's just maybe the way the hair is styled or something. I just do not like that white blonde look.
They be walking around here looking like Raiden from Mortal Kombat.
On most people, it just mm-mm. And it could be, I don't know. It's not attractive to me.
Well, let me go put my blonde hair dye away, my platinum
Yeah.
blonde hair dye away. Well, did you want to add anything else about Diddy and his family before we go to the next story?
No, no. I'd be upset too. If that was my family
Yeah.
members, all I can say, even though he did some terrible things, that is still their father, and I get it.
Yep. Well, our next story. So after seeing this, so you remember when we talked about that girl, even though none of us in the room watched that show Love Island, it is very popular. And we did talk about Janae Craig and that racist she was dating, that racist Spanish guy, Kenny Rodriguez, that she was dating.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they actually caught up with Janae. TMZ actually caught up with her. Like they caught catch up with every celebrity out at the airport. And but they pretty much asked her about they. So Lizzo actually mentioned Janae in a song. So they asked her about that, and I just have to say, is a video clip about a minute long or so. She's so freaking adorable. Almost makes me wish I watched the show. And when I this girl is so cunty, you just gonna see how she flips her hair and just keeps showing her nails. And I'm like, oh God, I love it. But she's so cute. And let's just see what she has to say about Lizzo shouting her out.
Hi, Janae.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, good. How are you doing?
I'm good.
You good? You
Thanks for
good?
asking. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
You holding up all right? You good?
We're good. It's a new day.
You good? New day, new day. Oh, look, I've got to ask. Lizzo dropped your name, dropped you in a song, right?
I gotta
How
make
is
talk about
how is Kenny gonna do that to Janae or whatever? I mean,
it.
what's your reaction to that? First of all,
No, it's so cute because I'm getting so much love. And first me from Lizzo. Getting me like I know a lot of people are supporting me, but like when you said your favorite celebrity supporting you, it's
one of your favorite singers.
you're one of my favorite.
Did you
what's
know?
crazy? No, I didn't know, but I'm gonna go to my hotel right now and make a TikTok about it. Like I have to a TikTok. I love her so much. I DM'd her instantly. My queen. Like, thank you for your love and
Did she hit you back?
I'm waiting for it. I just want to see.
She hasn't hit you back yet.
Yeah.
Sometimes people don't see their. Sometimes people don't see their DMs.
Exactly.
Right. So you're on the market, right?
I guess I am.
You're on the market. Has anybody been sliding into your DMs?
I feel like a girl should never kiss and tell. You know what I mean?
Listen.
Like I have to keep my life so private.
But sliding into the DMs isn't really kissing.
You're right.
Right? Not yet.
Yeah.
So you don't have to tell me who.
Like blue check marks that
They have.
I've
All right. Are you intrigued by that?
Yeah, I'm obviously flattered, but like I don't think I'm ready to like. It's so fresh.
So much.
My body's so cold. You know
So much has happened.
Yeah, I think I need to like reflect a little bit more and just like I need to like be by myself for like a while.
Have you responded to any of those DMs yet? Listen, there's nothing wrong with getting right back on the horse.
No, there is.
You know, like
you have to like heal. You feel me? No.
But sometimes healing requires you to get back on the horse, right?
I think I want to go slow.
You're gonna go slow. Okay. What are you looking for in a man?
I think he just needs to have a good relationship with God. That's it.
All right.
If he has a genuine relationship with God, then I'll be fine.
Fair enough. Well, let me. What are you not looking for then? You know what you're looking for. What's a red flag for you?
What am I not looking for?
Yeah. What's a red flag for Janae? Like, what's like
someone that's too public.
You're not a singer or an actor or something. Yeah.
I feel like those relationships like they never last.
They don't last.
I don't know.
Yeah.
She's so cute. Oh my god. Oh yeah, but that
Beautiful.
interview with her, and he was asking the same damn questions over and over again. Like, boy, you better be glad she's nice.
Yeah, he definitely got on my nerves, but she is beautiful. I love her.
And
Beautiful.
I don't know about you, but I think her smile was just so contagious. I just couldn't help but to smile along with her.
Yes, yes, it is. She's just a beautiful woman. Gorgeous smile.
And she kept her promise. She went straight to that hotel room and made that TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
So we just watch that right now.
Don't be calling.
Ooh.
me no oh now, oh now. Nah. Hold on, walk with me. When it comes to my people, I don't play like why would Kenny play like that with your name type shit. Know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying?
She's so cute. I love it.
I hope
I
she has a
love
good
it. So
career ahead of her.
you and me both. And now after seeing her, I'm almost wishing I would have. I'm still not gonna watch that show because I don't
No.
want to see a whole bunch of straight people frolicking around on some island. But she's so contagious. I feel like damn, if I would have watched, I might would have witnessed that personality. I definitely missed out.
Yeah, I think hopefully she'll be a breakout star, and that'll lead to more opportunities for her. She is beautiful and a beautiful personality.
Yes, honey. Well, well, does anybody else want to add anything else about this beautiful girl or that annoying man who interviewed her from TMZ before we go to the next story? Well, our next story, so more Wendy Williams updates. Her lawyer, Joe Tacopina, remember they just kind of started their relationship not too long ago. But you see, I have this TMZ article here. Wendy Williams and Joe Tacopina, attorney calls BS on alleged test results. Well, of
Hmm.
course he's gonna say that. And I have to say, boy, look at he look like that hair is slicked down, honey, ready for battle. He look like he don't play in court. So, Wendy Williams' lawyer is challenging the alleged test results that reportedly prove she has dementia and aphasia, insisting those spreading the claim are acting out of self interest. Joe Tacopina tells TMZ Wendy's leaked medical diagnosis is false and it's being spread by a party with a vested interest in keeping Wendy trapped under this excessive and restrictive guardianship. He
Hmm,
adds that the leaking of the alleged diagnosis is a total violation of Wendy's rights as a human being.
for sure.
Tacopina ends his statement. Yup. And Tacopina ends his statement saying the critical questions are these: where is the actual medical report supporting this leak? And who was the doctor willing to go under oath and face cross examination by me so the truth can be exposed? Well, I
Period.
told you he looked like he don't play.
Period.
So, to be clear, we're told Wendy and Joe have not yet seen the report sources. The report sources told people about. Remember, people cited anonymous sources claiming these results of a series of medical exams show Wendy has frontotemporal dementia and aphasia. This is the diagnosis Wendy originally received in 2023. Sabrina E. Morrissey, Wendy's court appointed guardian, recently filed documents which revealed Wendy would undergo a series of tests, and she asked the court to delay any further litigation in regards to her lawsuit with A&E about the documentary Where is Wendy Williams until the guardianship court makes a decision. Williams wants out of the guardianship, and sources told us back in March that she proved competent after she was briefly let loose from her assisted care facility to take several capacity tests. We've reached out to Morrissey. So far, no word back.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah, that you can't a leak. It better be anonymous because if they find out who did it, they would be fired. The people,
yep.
only the people who would have access to her chart, uh, the people who performed the test, if there were any scans. I mean, and those technicians have done enough scans that they can read, what's going on, even though they're not involved with the diagnostic process. Until they see the actual test results, the medical file of what those tests showed, then this is just all hearsay.
Hmm.
This is and no, this is not right. Even if they
And,
did know that that's what it was, to put this out here, no, so wrong.
and Mr. Tacopina said, who was the doctor? Show yourself, because you know I'm going to cross examine you in court.
Oh, for
So,
sure.
yeah.
But if the tests, show, doesn't matter what lawyer they're facing. If you have the medical evidence outside of just him saying it, there are definitely tests to put you through. And dementia does show changes in the brain. There's
Hmm.
documented evidence of changes in your brain matter. when you have these kinds of diagnoses. So, yeah, I just think everything should be decided when the actual medical report is revealed and so forth. All of this, you know, allegedly anonymous source bullshit. I'm I'm not falling for it or forming an opinion on it. And even if she does have frontotemporal dementia and aphasia, that still does not warrant the kind of guardianship that she is under. She should have more family involvement, saying, she can't use the phone, she can't do this, she can't do that. I don't think that kind of guardianship is warranted. Even Brittany was not under this kind of guardianship. Yes, they forced
Hmm.
her to go to the doctor. Yes, they forced her to take certain medications. But at least she could live in her home. You know, she had a boyfriend. She could. I just don't understand why it has to be so restrictive. She's not violent. She's not trying to harm herself. So what is the point of holding her down so tightly? That's the part I don't get. Even if the diagnosis is true,
Hmm.
so they control her money. If that's the case, if they're worried about somebody taking advantage of her that way, they already have control of that. You know, I think she deserves more freedom.
I agree. I agree. And what it is, because Chill, you asking the right questions. And you remember, especially when I read the story about like that judge, and when I found out that judge was also a white woman, I was like, I feel like maybe this is some kind of, the conspiracy theorist in me. I feel like this is just some type of a message that these ladies want to send that, okay, black woman, you think you big, let's just kind of humble you a little bit. Babe, I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong, but based off of what we're seeing, just like you said, what is the reason for this all of this restriction? Even Brittany was able to record like TikTok and Instagram and stuff.
Mhm.
They took Wendy's phone. Period.
Mhm.
Saying she can't talk to nobody, she can't have no visitors. When the visitors go there while they're talking to Wendy on the phone, Lauren LaRose. So when she went to the place on the phone with Wendy, say, "Hey, I'm here to see Wendy." They going the staff literally came out and told Lauren, "Yeah, she's not here." Lying.
Mhm.
So, mm-mm.
I
Something
don't understand that. She
something ain't
can't.
right.
Yeah, no, definitely something is not right. you know, it's like she's in a luxury prison, like she said, basically.
Hmm. Hey, gorgeous. And honey, please do not ever apologize for being late. Anytime that you arrive at Auntie Dare's Daytime Tea, you're on time. I just get here to start the show at 12:30, but y'all don't have to. You get here whatever time you can. And thank you for being here. Well, did anybody want to add anything else about Wendy, those two white women, or Joe Tacopina before we go to the next story?
Well, I just want to say that even if she does have that diagnosis, I hope he can get her a little more freedom as to how she's being treated. Even if it does mean she stays under guardianship, that she has more freedom to move around and have her family, visit her and so forth. I doubt. I don't know if their concern is they would bring things in there she's not supposed to have, like liquor or any. I don't think her family would do that to her, knowing that that would be detrimental. You know, I
Hmm.
just hope he's able to amend that agreement somehow.
Oh, I have no doubt he's gonna be. If anybody's gonna do it, it's definitely gonna be him. Remember, this man, Rock ASAP Rocky, literally shot a gun in broad daylight on camera, and this man literally got him off. So,
Literally.
if anybody's gonna do it, it's definitely Mr. Tacopina with that slick down hair. Well, y'all. So remember, I actually remember us starting to talk about this story on Memorial Day. Remember, David Geffen and the billionaire, and that the boy he married that's now trying to get him for all his money, honey, and that
Yes.
divorce, Ba-
Yes.
baby. So remember, initially David Geffen was quiet, baby. Now he is spilling all the tea, honey. When I tell y'all it is getting messy, 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 and you know I'm living. You know I'm living for this.
All right, Auntie Miss.
Yes. So y'all see I have this TMZ article. David Geffen to estranged husband. You use me for my money. I didn't promise it to you.
Oh Lord.
Yes, girl. So David Geffen is firing back at his estranged husband. He says the guy's claims that Geffen promised to financially support him for life are bogus and a textbook shakedown attempt. The billionaire just responded to a lawsuit filed by his estranged husband, David Andrew Armstrong, or also known as Donovan Michaels. And Geffen flat out denies ever making assurances to take care of Armstrong financially for the rest of his life. In the docs obtained by TMZ, Geffen says Armstrong's claims are ludicrous and part of a convicted, part of a contrived attempt to humiliate Geffen in public and extract a financial settlement. Geffen says it's clearly a shakedown, but insists it won't work. He says during their relationship, he was happy to provide Armstrong with anything he asked for, putting him up in his own apartment in New York and giving him nearly unlimited spending money. But Geffen says he's never promised to share ownership of any assets with Armstrong or provide him with lifelong financial support if they ever separated. TMZ broke the story. Geffen and Armstrong did not have a prenup when Geffen filed for divorce in May after less than 2 years of marriage. Forbes says Geffen is worth 8.8 billion, but he's been retired for 15 years, and our understanding is he has no income other than investments, including property sales and dividends from stocks and equities he mostly acquired long before he met Armstrong. Any assets he got before they married would be Geffen's separate property. These docs are a response to the separate civil lawsuit Armstrong filed against Geffen in July, claiming Geffen promised him they would share all earnings and accumulated property equally. He also claimed Geffen told him he would financially support him for life. Geffen says his written estate plan makes it clear that was never his intention, and flat out insists there was no such promise made to Armstrong. Geffen's attorney, Patty Glaser, filed the response, and we're told Geffen's divorce attorney, Disso Queen Laura Wasser, brought Patty on for the civil case. In the docs, Geffen says Armstrong was treated like a king when they were together, and Armstrong used his money to buy expensive clothes, get cosmetic procedures, and go on extravagant trips with his friends, taking advantage of Geffen's good nature and generosity. Geffen claims Armstrong spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on OnlyFans subscriptions and male prostitutes towards the end of their marriage, and says the guy was happy to spend Geffen's money on himself and his friends while only feigning interest in Geffen. What's more, Geffen says Armstrong was hiding illicit drug use from him, regularly using ketamine and cocaine, and claims the drug habit continued even after Geffen paid for him to get treatment. Geffen says he entered the relationship as Armstrong's facade of a loving, devoted husband began to crumble, and he discovered the extent of his ex's betrayal, dishonesty, and outright fraud. He says he was faced with the reality that the man he loved was not a true partner, but had used him for a life of excess shared with others, and decided to end things. In the docs, Geffen claims Armstrong is still living rent free in one of his luxury New York apartments and gets monthly payments from him. But he says Armstrong is turning what should have been a simple divorce into a public spectacle. So, first of all, y'all see that last part, right? He is
Yeah.
still living rent free in one of his
Mm-hmm.
luxury New York apartments and still getting monthly payments from him.
Mm-hmm. And he's about to blow it all.
Stupid. Are you? I,
Blow it. Whew.
Lord, I have seen what you have done for others, and I'm ready to receive. What I tell you, if this billionaire was to pretty much, honey, oh my God, I just some people just well, you know what? When a good looking man like Mr. Donovan Michaels or David Armstrong, whatever he wants to call himself, when you look as good as you do, you tend to be a little entitled, or a lot entitled, rather. And I you
Did
really
he
about to fuck up a bag, bro.
a bag? And did he think Geffen was stupid? Because it sounds like that's what he thought. Like this man was so in love with him because he's cute and young and so forth that he would just let him do any old thing. which apparently he's finding out that that's not the case, and he's still being nice to him. Like, oh, how do you
Yeah.
screw something up like this? This is crazy. That man would have thought I was so in love with him. And it's nice to treat your friends, go on a little trip, whatever. He didn't, apparently, he let him do that. But
Mhm.
he just went buck wild. Drug use, just acting like he apparently didn't want to be around his own husband. That
Mhm.
man not crazy.
And we have a comment. That is your dream relationship, Auntie. Baby, you are absolutely right. Oh my, that is both a regular dream and a daydream. I dream about being getting married, marrying somebody like David Geffen with that much wealth every day, honey. And I have dreams about what I'm gonna do with that money. And my husband, I want to include him too because I don't want him to feel like he's only being used for money, which essentially he will be. But I feel like as an Aries, I'm honest enough to let him know that that's what I will be. Now, I'm a bust it open for you, anytime you want it. But I'm only here because of the money. You get that right?
Oh
So
yeah. Yeah, you wouldn't blow that bag like that though.
not at all, at all. Woof, child. Well, um, did you wanna add anything else, or anyone wanna add anything else before we go to this next crazy ass story? Ooh, honey. Well, this next crazy ass story is in two parts, honey, and it's like, wow, I thought Mercury's retrograde was over, but honey, we still seeing a lot of craziness. Well, the first part of this story, and both of them are told by way of TMZ. So you see where it says here, Priscilla Presley sued. She says she pulled the plug on Lisa Marie to control Elvis's estate, and Priscilla calls the allegations malicious lies.
Oh my God.
Girl, this was just my mouth just dropped to the floor when I was reading this.
Who comes
So,
up with this bullshit?
Chad, well, we about to find out. We about to name them too. So Priscilla Presley exploited her own daughter's health crisis to gain control of the Presley estate, allegedly yanking life support from Lisa Marie when her heart stopped, according to a new lawsuit. But Priscilla strongly denies those claims. Elvis's ex-wife is being sued by her former business partners, and in the $50 million lawsuit, they lay out serious allegations, claiming Priscilla pulled the plug within hours of Lisa being admitted in January of 2023 after suffering cardiac arrest.
Mm.
In the docs obtained by the plaintiff's claim, I'm sorry, in the docs obtained by TMZ, the plaintiff's claims Priscilla made the fateful decision before Lisa Marie's daughter, Riley Keough, was able to get to the hospital. And despite Lisa Marie having to sign a directive to prolong her life. The suit, and this is who they are, Chili. The suit filed by Brigitte Cruz and Kelvin Fialco says Priscilla figured Lisa Marie's death would end her daughter's effort to remove Priscilla as the sole trustee of Lisa's irrevocable life insurance trust. They allege Priscilla wanted control of the trust and ultimately Graceland. And get this, the lawsuit says Lisa was noticeably ill and complained to Priscilla about her health when they attended the 2023 Golden Globes together. But Priscilla ignored the warning signs despite being only a short drive from the world renowned Cedar Sinai Medical Center. Instead, the suit says Priscilla collapsed to the spotlight going out to the Chateau Marmont for drinks with Lisa and then sent Lisa on a long drive to her Calabasas home. A little over 24 hours later, Lisa Marie suffered cardiac arrest. In the docs, Cruz and Fialco alleged the next week, prior to Lisa Marie's funeral, Priscilla exclaimed, "I'm the queen. I'm in charge of Graceland." Priscilla's
Mm.
Priscilla's attorney, Marty Singer, tells TMZ the allegations are fabricated, malicious lies. TMZ broke the story. A trust battle broke out in the wake of Lisa Marie's death, with Priscilla challenging an amendment to Lisa Marie's trust, which eliminated both Priscilla and Lisa's former business manager, Barry Siegel, as trustees and left Riley as the sole trustee. As we reported, Riley paid Priscilla millions to back off that legal challenge, and now Riley's in charge of Lisa Marie's estate and is a substantial owner of Elvis Presley's Graceland estate. So, well, first of all, I want to say shout out to Riley Keough. I actually like her a lot. I loved her when she was in that movie Zola. I think she did so good. Like we all know that kind of white girl, and I think she played that white girl very well. But yeah, so this shit is crazy. So we see that it was Brigitte Cruz and Kevin Fialco who filed this, and they are making claims that not only did Priscilla Presley like pull the plug on Lisa Marie, she also kind of exacerbated her because she knew she was ill, and instead of taking her to the hospital, allegedly, she made her drive all the way. First, she made her go have some drinks and then drive all the way home, allegedly.
Lisa is Lisa wasn't a child. If she felt ill, could she take herself to the hospital or call the ambulance for herself? I mean, Lisa was a grown woman. Number one, this is not brought on by her children. Number two, why would you open up these wounds? Why? Why would you open up these wounds? Are they mad because they're not trustees anymore? This is so nasty. This is very nasty work.
Well, I'm glad you asked, Sheila, because that's the second part of the story. So her lawyer actually added a little bit more to
Okay.
this. He elaborated, and it appears that, long story short, it actually appears that it's retaliation. So yes,
Mm-hmm.
it could be. So you see, the second part of this says Priscilla Presley's attorney, Lisa Marie, claims are a disgusting publicity stunt, and she's a grieving mother. So Priscilla Presley, lawyer, is firing back at the former business partner suing her and alleging that she let Lisa Marie Presley die so that she can take control of Graceland, telling us their lawsuit is one of the most shameful, ridiculous, salacious, and meritless things he's ever seen. Priscilla's attorney, Marty Singer, tells TMZ the lawsuit against Elvis Presley's ex wife is nothing more than a sad and vicious attempt to falsely tarnish the reputation of an 80-year-old woman. Singer says Priscilla's legal foes are. I'm sorry. Singer says Priscilla's legal foes here are on their fourth different set of lawyers, and he says the lawsuit is a disgusting publicity stunt. He adds, accusing a grieving mother of contributing to her daughter's death is not savvy advocacy. It is a malicious character assassination and should be broadly condemned. These fabricated claims have absolutely no validity, and we are confident this case will be dismissed. As we reported, a lawsuit filed Wednesday claims Priscilla knew Lisa Marie was gearing up to remove her from Lisa Marie's trust and alleges Priscilla pulled the plug on Lisa Marie when she was hospitalized as a way to try to gain control of the estate in Graceland. Singer also tells us Riley Keough, Lisa Marie's daughter, stands behind her grandmother 100% and is equally disgusted with this latest vicious attempt by Cruz to attempt to ruin her grandmother's life. So
Mm.
that's good to know.
Yes.
We broke the story. Priscilla sued Cruz and Fialco in July of 2024 for financial elder abuse, alleging they took advantage of her and bilked her out of more than $1 million. Singer says the Cruz and Fialco lawsuit is blatant retaliation.
Wow.
I told you, honey. Y'all was going because these are the last. Like this is the last thing you would expect to see, especially about because usually when it comes to like Priscilla Presley, Lisa Marie, right? They usually tend to just sit in their corner and be unproblematic and minding their business.
Well, I knew
It,
they had some back and forth between them over the estate. I mean, that's not a first time hearing that, but this right here is just unbelievable that these people would use this to sue her. Not, oh, we weren't fairly paid, or we did this and we weren't compensated. No, they accused this woman of killing her own child. Now, do you know that's crazy?
Mhm.
That's what I was gonna say. That's some nasty work to say. That woman basically killed her child for an estate that she ain't been in control of in how umpteen years.
If she's not poor, she's living very well. I mean, come on.
Yeah. Why would she kill her daughter
Mm-mm.
when her daughter, typically she would expect to outlive her daughter? So I mean, the daughter was gonna outlive. I mean, you typically expect the daughter to outlive the mother. So, my goodness,
That's wild.
that does sound like some nasty people, some scammers or something. Cause that's woo, that's raw.
And they've had four sets of attorneys trying to do this. Mm-mm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-mm.
Brigitte and Kevin, y'all ought to be ashamed of y'all motherfucking selves, honey. For real, for real.
Brigitte, that kind of sound like they do some scamming around the world.
No, wait a minute. I love the name Brigitte.
They
It just
have
sounds fun.
no shame at all, no compassion, no morals to say this right here. Mm-mm. This is the
Because
basis of their lawsuit. No way.
exactly, and just like you said earlier, honey, like no, they didn't pay me fairly. Oh, I was cheated out. Remember, they are the ones being alleged that they said that, and elderly abuse and trying to rob Priscilla of or robbing Priscilla for over $1 million or so. So yeah, this is all just terrible.
Disgusting, just like it says.
Well, speaking of disgusting, did anybody want to add anything else before we go to our next story?
No.
Well, speaking of disgusting human beings, Andrew Tate.
Oh, definitely.
Well, remember we talked about him being sued and that was dropped and everything. So I actually kind of saw this coming, but he's now filing a countersuit. So you see, I have this TMZ article, and shout out to TMZ. They covered a lot of our stories today. But you see where it says here, Andrew Tate to ex-girlfriend Bree Stern, you defamed me with false assault claims. I'm countersuing for 50 million. So first we're going to read the story, and then we're going to read the update. So the story, so Andrew Tate is going on the legal offensive against his ex-girlfriend Bree Stern. He's now countersuing her, claiming she defamed him with what he says are fabricated allegations of sexual assault and abuse. In new legal docs obtained by TMZ, Andrew claims Bree orchestrated a deliberate smear campaign against him based on false claims that he choked her during sex despite telling him to stop.
Sure, Jane.
Uh, right. Andrew claims Bree spread the false allegations in the media and online, and he says she was out for profit, fame, and the destruction of his reputation. We broke the stories. Bree filed a police report in Beverly Hills back in March, claiming he attacked her during sex. She later hired Texas attorney Tony Busby and sued Tate for sexual assault. Andrew vehemently denied her claims from the jump and he says her allegations were contradicted by medical evidence and expert analysis showing the alleged injuries aligned more with cosmetic procedures than assault. Tate also confirms Bree was out to exploit his name, likeness, and persona to promote her cryptocurrency and adult content ventures, and he even says she tried to extort another man in 2022 with similar allegations. As we first reported, prosecutors declined to charge Andrew with the crime, and in his suit, he says Bree kept spreading her false abuse claims even after prosecutors declined the case due to insufficient evidence. Andrew is suing Bree for defamation, intentional infliction of emotional distress, invasion of privacy, abuse of process, and misappropriation of likeness. And he's going after her for over $50 million in damages. So the update, it was a statement released by none other than Tony Busby, the attorney that she hired for this. So you see where it says, Bree Stern's lawyer Tony Busby tells TMZ, as expected, Andrew Tate filed a counterclaim against Breonna Stern. This follows the lawsuit Ms. Stern filed against Tate in March for violent sexual assault. The tone of Mr. Tate's counterclaim isn't a surprise. He has openly proclaimed himself as a woman hater. He had the audacity to tweet literally everything females say is the R word that I won't say on a recorded line. Tate brags about how he treats women. This is a quote from him: slap, slap, grab, choke, shut up, bitch, sex. I'm sorry, y'all.
Yep.
I just had to take a moment. That is a mess. Anyway, when they were together, Tate told Miss Stern, if you don't start being good, I will fucking rape you because that's what you deserve. He also told me, if you ever fuck with me, I will fucking kill you. I mean it. I will kill you. Tate's delusion is that he's so important that he's above the law. He isn't. His counterclaim is junk and will be dismissed. More importantly, I can't wait to get him in front of a Los Angeles jury. He will finally be held accountable for his years of his outrageous and harmful conduct. Although Tate has attempted to scrub his social media, unfortunately for him, we have it all. Tate is nothing more than a big mouth bully. But this time he picked the wrong person. Miss Stern won't be bullied. So I guess this is a case of two things can be true at once, because Tony Busby did kind of eat that. He was like, I mean, the motherfucker, he is a self-proclaimed woman hater. He said himself, and he's even tweeted this
Yep,
about women.
he
So
has. I don't know that Tony Busby is the crack lawyer that I would want, you know, defending me, but but uh, yeah, he has definitely said some very nasty things. And this is not the first person who's said he's abused them.
hmm
So,
so
eh,
I just kind of feel like, and this is going to sound again very victim blaming, but Quinn, she kind of, when she was here the last time I said that, she was like, it's not victim blaming, it's accountability. Or you knew what kind of man Andrew Tate was before you got involved with him.
you
He didn't hide it.
knew he was a snake before you let him in, and look what
A-
happened.
And then y'all, when we were you remember how on the day when we were talking about the store, we were examining the text messages between the two, and even I said, this kind of seems, is somebody who not to self-expose, but as somebody who is into who knows a lot about the BDSM lifestyle, I was kind of looking at I was like, this looks more like role play. This looks like, like pretty much. Long story short, I've been in this situation before, so and it is so I just kind of knew what it was when I saw it. I was like, yeah, this is role play. They're definitely they got a kink between these two, and now she tried to use that to sue him, and because again, girl, you knew this man. He sat there and said everything females say is the R word. So you think getting in with a man like that is you? Okay. Anyway,
But maybe that was her whole objective. If this is true, what he's saying, that she is using him, extorting him, his image, to financially profit. She knew that this would be an easy target because of his behavior and what he has tweeted. So that
ah,
could be on purpose,
okay. Okay. See, I didn't look at it from that angle.
That she was going in to do the Lord's work and take him down.
Yeah.
Could
Oh,
be.
it's gonna be
Okay.
easy. He's already said these obnoxious things, and he has a history. He's been charged with rape in whatever country they held him in for a long time. Yeah, he's that makes it more believable what I'm saying. So it could be.
Yeah. Well, does anybody want to add anything about that trash or the woman he's countersuing for before we go to the next story? Well,
Who
I'm
let the
speaking of corny biracial men. Pete Davidson, child. I really want you to hang it up flat screen, girl. I don't believe a word of what you're saying. But anyway, I have this People article. Pete Davidson says he was embarrassed by all the big D energy, attention that hurt so much.
Oh my God,
Girl,
so
okay,
painful.
girl.
Look,
So,
he's
oh
trying
my
to clean up
God.
his image. He's trying to change his life. Look at him. He about to be a daddy. He is trying, and he's not biracial. I thought he was biracial too.
Wait, he's not biracial?
Mm-mm, he's Jewish.
Oh, well, I'm gonna still
He's.
call him a corny biracial.
I thought he was biracial too the whole time, and then I found out that he really isn't, and I was like, oh, well, something about him gives biracial. I don't know why, but I don't know. But
Yeah,
yes,
I distinctly remember, and I could be maybe I'm misremembering something because I thought his dad was a black fireman that was killed like in the line of duty from 9/11, or but it turns out he was Jewish.
well, you know what? Because I thought he was biracial. Somebody was like, no. So I Googled it and then it was just, and there was nothing black that came up. But, I could have been wrong, but I thought he was biracial too. And then somebody was like, no, he's just white and Jewish. And I was like, oh,
Uh,
that's what I said.
oh,
Ah. That's what I.
Uh, w- I just learned something new today, Day.
But hold on, let me look again. I thought it, cause that's what I thought. But you know what? Go ahead, cause he was scabby to me anyway, like a little, like a scab. But he's trying to clean his up his image.
Exactly that, but you can't do too much to clean up a scab, honey. So, but anyway, Pete Davidson revealed that he felt uncomfortable when he was sexualized by the public following his high-profile relationship with ex-fiancee Ariana Grande. And the thing about black people, because she has said her name is pronounced Ariana Grande, we just refuse to say her last name right, so we call her Ariana Grande. And I just say that to say that for the remainder of this story, I will be saying Ariana Grande. So, but in a Wednesday, August 31st episode, um, August 31st, huh? I'm sure they meant to say August 13th. That was yesterday. In a Wednesday, August 13th episode of Breakfast Club, Davison, who's 31, reflected on the attention he received throughout his early career years on SNL, specifically for his romantic life. Davison recalled Charlemagne the God. I brought a lot of pop culture into the show. Like I made it a sort of a tabloidy, trendy thing unintentionally. Also, I was embarrassed by it because no one talked about any work I was doing, he shared. They were just like, oh, that's the fuck stick. And that hurt so much. Girl. He added that SNL crew members, friends, and families noticed how sad and embarrassed he was about the intention. No one was outrightly mean by any means, Davis has said. Charlemagne, who's 47, chimed in, initially appearing confused at Davison's discomfort. You were banging a lot of hot chicks and you had a 10-inch penis, he said. Davison sighed and laughed. On paper, that sounds great. The comedian elaborated, it's embarrassing because, it's Hollywood. Everybody fucks everyone. He questioned, why are they focusing on me? Adding that he thinks the viral attention was because he was not Glenn Powell handsome. I'm just like this dude that tells dick jokes and is a drug addict, Davison quipped. Davison went on to say, I don't want to victimize myself in any way because I'm cool, but the sexualization of me, if that was a girl, people would be like, there would be a march for it. Seriously, you're just talking about my dick all day. When asked where Big Dick Energy started, Davison replied, it was I think it was like the New York Times or something when I started dating someone that I guess they consider out of my league, which I think everyone is out of my league, but they were like, this guy must have big dick energy, and then someone confirmed it. The comedian also I can't, girl. The comedian also recalled how the spotlight on his personal life made navigating relationships challenging. It just got to a point where I got really tired of my whole career just being like my personal life, he said. And living through that is it's sort of traumatic. Like not to be lame, but like it's traumatic to live on your own crap all the time. I really hate how people just writing this just exactly how he's talking because it's really confusing to me. But anyway, in 2018, Grande answered a fan on X who asked how long Pete is, referencing to the Sweetener track Pete Davidson. While the fan quickly clarified they meant to ask how long Grande's Sweetener interlude dedicated to Davidson is, Grande choked like 10 inches. Oh, fuck, I mean, like a little over a minute. Grande and Davidson were in a relationship from May of 2018 to November of 2018. Davison, who is currently expecting his first child with Elsie Hewitt, addressed the attention and all of the big dick energy memes that came with Grande's 10-inch joke back in 2018. I don't hate it, he said at the time in an interview with Variety, adding, I'm just really, really happy. And if that means if that means I have big dick energy, then sick. The comedian shared his unfiltered take on the internet in the same interview, calling it evil and saying, I don't like how it affects me. I don't like how the internet is a place where anybody can say shit on you and make anything up, he said, adding, I've worked really hard to get my brain to this place. Girl. Long story short, all of this is a big ass nothing, Burgle.
What?
I mean, he's just trying to stay relevant, child. Who cares? But I was right. Okay, he is quadruple Caucasian. He's
Quadruple, you say?
yes, Jewish, Irish, German, Scot. Well, shit. What's the five? One, two. Let me see. One, two, three, four, five, six. Excuse me. He is Jewish, Irish, German, Scottish, Italian, and English. He ain't black.
Mm-mm.
His mother is Irish American and father is Jewish. And it
Well,
looks like he was
damn.
a firefighter or something like that.
Yep, because I do remember the story about his dad being a firefighter, because I think his dad was indeed killed in the line of duty. But I guess I'm misremembering about him being a black man.
Yeah, no, yep. But no, I thought look, I was right there with you. I thought he was mixed too, and I think he just gives off that like something about his hair or something about him gives like biracial, but nope, he's
His
white.
corniness, that's what it is. He corny as fuck. Because you know how, unless they got black mamas, and you know this to be true, they usually grow up to be corny as fuck. And that's why there's a whole white bomb energy move thing going around now.
They could have kept this article. I know that. This was just terrible.
Just a nothing burger. Like, oh, woe is me. I have a big dick. I'm so sad. Oh, feel sorry for me. I want people to. And the gagger is Mr. Davidson. If you were good at what you were doing, because let's keep it real, you were not good on SNL. You were not funny. All you did was laugh at during the skits with that big ass teeth. You're not funny. So you better be glad people are talking about you. And if they have to talk about your dick to bring you into the conversation, you better be grateful. It could have been little. So. No, let me stop because we don't size shame here. We like penises of all shapes and sizes. I mean, unless they look like a clitoris, then then we might have to self-reflect. But does anybody want to add anything about this man who we thought was biracial and we learned is not before we go to the next story?
I'm not even finna touch what you just said.
You
My brain was like, wait, what?
saw me being totally silent over here.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Well, honey, you know who not finna touch something, honey? That you remember that the Maroon Five bassist that we talk about, Mickey Madden, and him and his wife got into it because she found text messages of him texting his rape
yes,
fantasies to teenagers.
yes.
Well, she
Ew.
said, I'm not touching your ass no more, baby, because she just filed for divorce.
Oh, that's
Can't
so
blame them.
disgusting. Who was he texting that to?
Oh, what it didn't say, it just said he was texting to multiple underage girls.
Oh, yuck.
Mm-hmm.
Go to jail
So
immediately.
yeah, exactly. And y'all see where I have this article here from TMZ. Ex Maroon 5 bassist Mickey Madden, his wife files for divorce after abuse claims. So this is him and this is her. So the wife of former Maroon 5 bassist Mickey Madden is pulling the plug on their marriage because she just filed for divorce. And the filing comes on the heels after her alleging he beat the crap out of her after she said she discovered he was sexting teenagers about a rape fantasy. Kate Bowman beelined it to court Wednesday and filed to divorce Mickey after only 3 months of marriage, according to new
Oh,
legal docs obtained by TMZ Child.
only 3 months?
3 months, honey. I can't. She does not list the date of separation and is going with the usual irreconcilable differences as the reason for the split. She's seeking spousal support and checked the box to terminate the court's ability to award Mickey spousal support. They said, I'm sorry, they did not have any kids, so no child custody or support to hash out there. The divorce filing comes 2 weeks after Kate got a domestic violence restraining order against Mickey. As we first reported, she claimed he roughed her up after she allegedly went through his phone and discovered he was sexting teens about a rape fantasy and soliciting lewd photos. She says he went insane when she confronted him and he got violent with her. Kate says they got hitched May 6th, and it's unclear if there's a prenup. Mickey was Maroon 5's original bassist for roughly 26 years, starting with the band way back in 1994 until he left in 2020. Ugh. 3 months of marriage, y'all, all and then ruined all because he want to sit there and text teens about a rape fantasy. Like, girl.
Wow.
Oh, child. Well, did anybody want to add anything before we go to the next story? I know that was a lot, child.
Mm-mm.
Well, on a lighter note, um, Rick James. This story. So, y'all, of course, we all know who Todd Bridges is, right?
Right.
He was actually just on a of a podcast reminiscing about Rick James, and the story he told was hilarious. And if you've heard all about the stories from about Rick James over the years, this is no surprise. So, I have this Vibe article, and you see where it says Todd Bridges recalls Rick James being tapped for his intervention. He took half my drugs and left. I'm
Not
Rick James,
tapping him
bitch.
for intervention. That is crazy.
Oh, child. So, different stroke stars Todd Bridges recently reflected on the time in the '80s when Eddie Murphy enlisted Rick James to stage an intervention for his drug use. While appearing on the Patrick Laborio Show podcast, and I'm sure I said that last name wrong, but on his podcast, he explained that it all started when the pickup star noticed he was spiraling. Eddie was like, "Man, we got to get Todd some help. He's tripping. We got to find somebody who knows about drugs." Everybody's naming Rick James. Seeing Rick James over there. The plan might have worked if the Super Freak singer wasn't getting high too. Rick comes to my house, opens his car door, and all the smoke comes out. He further explained the moment. I'm like, what's going on? He added, noting the funk legend was getting higher than he was at the time. And I'm sure we know that to be true. So, Rick was wild. So when Rick spoke, you listened. He said, "Let me see your stuff." I showed him my drugs, and he goes, "Man, that's too much. I don't want you killing yourself. Let me take half of that so you don't kill yourself." He
Not
hilariously
that was his
continued.
help. His help was to prevent him from overdosing. I'll take half.
Let me take
Rookie.
half of that, bro. That's too much for you. Then, as Bridges remembers, James started flirting up a woman on his couch who he once dated. I'm ready to kill Rick at this point. I'm like, what kind of drug intervention was that? He took half my drugs and left.
Wow.
While visiting the Allison Interviews podcast in January, Bridges spoke candidly about the deep wounds that fueled his addiction, such as being molested as a child, growing up with an alcoholic father, and enduring years of police harassment, even while simply going to work. God healed my heart, he said on a serious note. He healed a lot of pain. I developed a chip on my shoulder and became angry with everything around me. Drugs, he explained, became a way to numb that hurt until he finally grew tired of repeating the same destructive cycle and decided to fight for his life. 3 decades later, Todd Bridges made it clear that he believes anyone can heal from addiction, even if their first intervention was led by the late, great Rick James himself. See Todd Bridges speaking about that unforgettable drug intervention he had with Rick above, and that's the interview there.
Mm, mm, mm.
I just thought that was so hilarious.
It is funny.
Most of the Rick James stories were hilarious because he was a nut. Between him and Prince, they were nuts.
Hmm. Yeah, I think Rick James would have been a lot more fun than Prince, though. No shade, and nothing against Jehovah's Witnesses. I just kind of know they usually.
Oh no, you're right. No, no, Rick James I think was much fun in general compared to Prince gave you an experience, but it was very controlled. Like he controlled everything. And but you was
Hmm.
just there to experience it. But people said it was a good time, but it was definitely don't fuck around with Prince or you getting kicked out or you'll never see him again.
Hmm. Well, did anybody want to add anything about these iconic legends who may not have been very good at interventions?
You know, I hate that Eddie Murphy's brother died because he was funny.
Funny and fine, honey, honey. When I tell you ain't but one Charlie Murphy, oh my
Charlie Murphy
God.
was hilarious. I hate that.
Hmm. Yes, shout out to you know I got to you know I got he must be fine for me to say that cancer man because you know how I feel about cancer men. But for me to say that
Oh,
that
he was
man
a
is
cancer?
he sure was. He sure was. So you
No
continue
wonder
to
he was
rest in peace,
successful.
Charlie Murphy.
Yes, yes, because he was hilarious.
Well, speaking of something else that's hilarious, honey. Brian McKnight and his trash ass, baby, he
He can
wants
go to
to serve.
hell.
He sure can, honey. And you know who telling him that? Jaguar Wright. Because he been trying to serve her for the longest, honey, and he's just not been successful. So now he wants help from an Arizona newspaper. So I,
You know what?
I have this.
Two disgusting people, and you know what? And now I'm mad at Brian for having me root for Jaguar. Fuck him. Doubly fuck him.
To be honest, yes. Well, y'all see, I have this all hip hop article, which is an exclusive from them. Brian McKnight says Jaguar Wright is ducking him, turns to Arizona newspaper for help. So Brian McKnight is over chasing down Jaguar Wright in person, and now he wants to take it to the press. Literally. The R&B vet is asking a judge for the green light to serve Wright through ads in the Arizona Republic after she allegedly ducked every attempt to hand deliver his defamation lawsuit. According to McKnight's legal team, they've rolled up to her Phoenix spot 6 different times in May, and it's been a whole lot of nothing. Sometimes the blinds were cracked, but nobody answered. Another time, someone inside claimed no one named Jaguar lived there. Certified mail, that flopped too. It is apparent that Wright is evading service. Given that McKnight made reasonable attempts to serve Wright, and Wright is evading service by refusing to answer the door or open the door or to sign the return receipt, service by publication is necessary to provide notice of McKnight's complaint, McKnight's lawyer Ryan Saba said. Brian McKnight slapped Jaguar Wright with the lawsuit back in April, accusing her of spreading absurd lies online. He says she made up serious allegations like claims that he abused his ex-wife Julie McKnight and hired sex workers just to harm them as he was freaking off with them. The lawsuit calls her statements totally false and damaging and says she launched the attacks on purpose to wreck his name. Wright, who is known for going off on hip hop stars like Jay Z and Beyonce, has a rep for throwing out accusations. In this case, he also claimed that in this case, she also claimed Julie McKnight was her cousin, something Brian says is made up too. Wright clapped back after the lawsuit hit, calling McKnight a scumbag and saying she'll be a nightmare for him. Now, McKnight wants to serve her through the paper. Under California law, if someone's ducking service and all other options fail, a judge can say, cool, run an ad in the paper once a week for 4 weeks. The judge will soon decide whether McKnight can hit publish on those legal classifieds. If so, if so, Jaguar might see herself in the Sunday paper while sipping her morning coffee. So, don't nobody named Jaguar live here. I don't know what she's talking about. I don't have no mail to say Jaguar right on it. Ain't nobody try to serve me nothing. So, and do you think after doing all that, do you think she gonna act like she don't read no newspaper either? When he put it, but I mean, I guess from there, once it goes there, you kind of can't really ignore the service.
No, no, because I think then it goes like I've adequately tried to contact this person because I think you can do that in some states for divorce as well.
Hmm. Well,
You know
that's
what?
that
I'm
on
really mad now that I got him. I got me rooting for damn Jaguar. God damn it.
that.
Can't stand neither one of they asses.
Yeah. And it's just like I don't know how you. I mean, I guess that he's talking about that specific thing about like him beating on her. Because one, that's actually not the first time I heard it. I heard he was very abusive, allegedly. Allegedly, he beat the hell out of women in the '90s. Excuse me.
He probably did.
I heard it. And remember who else said that, honey? Back, you remember Cedar?
Oh,
Cedar from BT, Cedar's World.
oh, really?
She made a comment about Brian McKnight hitting on women. So yeah, this has been floating around there about for a long time. This is not new information, but I guess maybe he was like, "Hey, I'm an abuser. I didn't make her have sex with anybody. I just hit her. I don't know. Maybe that's the argument he's trying to use."
He said I didn't pull a Diddy.
Exactly. Well, no, he did pull it in because that's the same argument did try to make. Well, wait a minute. I might be an abuser now, but I'm not a sex trafficker.
Uh,
Oh,
oh,
men.
the weakest link every time.
Hmm. Well, does anybody want to add anything about Brian Trash Ass or Jaguar before we go to the next story?
Hell no.
Well, we're gonna get prepared to talk about some more trash, honey. Tory Lanez.
Uh, uh,
But
uh,
this
uh, uh, uh.
this is actually good news though. Because remember, he tried it. They really tried that appeal shit and talking about they found extra DNA from Kelsey and da 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 da. All that shit been dismissed, child. So I have this hot new hip hop article, and y'all see where it says here Tory Lanez appeals denied in Megan Thee Stallion shooting case. So Tory Lanez continued to fight for his freedom, but earlier this week he took another loss. According to Billboard, and I don't know if it was Billboard who broke the story. I actually think it was Megan Cuniff, but anyway, according to them, two petitions filed by his legal team were denied by a California appeals court. In the petitions, his attorneys challenged his convictions related to the 2020 shooting of Megan Thee Stallion. He alleged that his due process rights had been violated and that key pieces of evidence had not been made available to defense attorneys, including the gun and bullet fragments found in Megan's foot. In their ruling, the appeal courts mentioned a response from prosecutors who claimed the gun was at the Los Angeles Police Department. They also argued that testing it for DNA again wouldn't have made a difference. Petitioner has failed to show that additional DNA testing would establish a claim of actual innocence, they wrote. Both parties, experts at trial agreed that DNA testing of the magazine showed none of the petitioner's DNA was present. And as to the gun itself, the inconclusive findings could neither exclude nor include petitioner as a minor contributor to the DNA found on the gun. The court additionally denied Lane's claim that prosecutors had violated his rights by not collecting a DNA sample from Kelsey Harris, who the artist's team alleged pulled the trigger. Petitioner essentially concedes that such a claim is ineffectual, the appeals court wrote. The prosecution does not have a duty to collect evidence helpful to the defense. Lane's direct appeal of his convictions is still pending at the time of writing. A live hearing for oral arguments is expected to take place later this month. Lanes was found guilty of shooting at Megan Thee Stallion back in 2022. In 2023, he was sentenced to 10 years in prison. He'll be eligible for parole in 2019 and is expected to be released in 2033. And just quickly, I thought the shooting was back in 2020. Almost sure the shooting was in 2020, but hey,
When did they say it was?
2022.
I don't
Yeah,
know,
I'm
but
almost sure that happened in how I know this because I was working at Verizon at the time.
Well, he was found guilty in 2022. I
Ah,
think is
gotcha.
probably what they're saying. Not they just phrased it kind of ambiguously.
yeah, because it happened during the pandemic.
Yeah, he
Mm-hmm.
was found guilty in 2022.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, I'm glad to see it, honey. Just stop wasting the court's time and go sit. And then that oral argument that you got prepared, you might as well just sit your ass down into and just keep serving your little time. And then after you get out of there, hopefully they deport your ass back to Canada.
Quickly.
Expeditiously.
Mm-hmm. Well, does anybody want to add anything on this leprechaun before we go to the next story?
No, I wish he'd go serve his time quietly and be quiet. Sure.
For real. I just hate the many supporters that he has. That just really burns me up. And it's actually not because I think I remember telling y'all about someone who I knew personally who I used to work with who was defending Tory online. And I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Don't you have daughters? Like, huh? Nah.
They're weirdos. They are weirdos.
And what I think it is, and I can't prove it, but what I think they don't want to just kind of come to, it's kind of like a mirror to them. They don't want to recognize that they themselves may be abusive, and they themselves may exhibit the same type of behaviors towards women. So
Oh,
that's
yeah. Mm-hmm.
mm,
You might be hitting the nail on the head with that one, Auntie.
because I just for the life of me, I can't understand. Somebody got it now. An unarmed person. If y'all can see the error in a police officer shooting and killing an unarmed black man, you should have a problem with a armed black man shooting a woman in her feet. You know what I'm saying? Like it's
Oh,
just,
no. She's a black woman. They don't give a damn. They
ooh,
don't give a
child.
fuck. They like Megan ain't did nothing to nobody, and they out there like she deserve it and blah blah. I mean, God, tell me you hate women and black women especially, please.
Exactly. Yeah. At least his ass. Well, we won't have to worry if he would shut the fuck up. We won't have to worry about his ass until 2023. Well, does anybody want to add
You
anything else
mean
before we
32? We already passed 23.
Oh shit, I meant to say 33. I said 23, child.
I was like, don't take us back. Oh, Lord, I don't want to go back.
Ooh,
At
child, I
least
need to go
not there.
smoke. I need to go roll up, get my thoughts together. Well, this next story, y'all. See, I didn't even know this shit was going on. So, are y'all familiar with the super producer Metro Boomin?
Yes.
Yes,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
If young Metro don't trust you, we gonna shoot you. Well,
Hmm.
honey, it turns out that he is a rapist, allegedly,
Oh,
child.
shit.
Oh
Oh,
no.
hell.
My mouth just fell to the floor. I was like, and apparently, y'all, this case has actually been going on for some time, and I had no, for me to not know anything about this shit, it must have been like hidden or buried. But, child, y'all see, I have this hot new hip hop article. Metro Boomin gets a trial date in his civil rape lawsuit. So, Metro Boomin is headed to trial over a 2024 lawsuit accusing him of allegedly assaulting and impregnating a woman by the name Valessa Lamastri. And I'm sure I said that incorrectly. Um, after a failed period of after a failed period of unsuccessful settlement negotiations, the case will now begin trial in Los Angeles on September 23rd. After the mediation, the parties have continued limited settlement discussions, which have proven unsuccessful. A joint status report obtained by Billboard reads the parties are currently preparing the matter for trial. Lamastri originally filed the lawsuit back in October of 2024, claiming that she met Metro Boomin in Las Vegas in 2016, months after the death of her 9-month-old son. At the time, she says they bonded over the ability of music to help people in their darkest moments. Metro ended up allegedly inviting her to a studio session in California a few months later, where she said she had a shot of alcohol and half a bar of Xanax, then blacked out. You know what? After reading of that, I think we actually did talk about this in the show one time because I remember the alcohol and the bar of Xanax. But anyway, she claimed she claimed she came to in a different location, completely unable to move or make a sound, as Metro allegedly raped her. She ended up getting an abortion a year later. Yep, we did cover this. Additionally, La Mastery claims that Metro Boomin even references the incident on his 2017 song, Rap Save Me. 21 Savage and Offset rap on the chorus, she took a Zanny, then she fainted. I'm from the gutter, ain't no changing. From the gutter, rap save me. She drive me crazy, have my baby. Ooh, child.
Mm, mm,
Mm-mm.
mm.
Ooh, no. Metro Boomin's lawyer, Lawrence Hinkle, previously denied the allegations in a statement after Lamastry filed her claims. These are false accusations, he said at the time. Mr. Wayne refused to pay her months ago, and he refuses to pay her now. Mr. Wayne will defend himself in court. He will file a claim for malicious prosecution once he prevails. On Tuesday, Lamastry's attorney, Michael Willamine, said in a statement that Metro has failed to comply with basic discovery obligations since the case began. Meanwhile, we and Ms. Lamastry have pushed the case forward aggressively, and because of that, we are headed towards trial on September 23rd of 2025. He continued. We look forward to holding Mr. Wayne accountable in front of a jury of his peers. The lawsuit comes after Metro Boomin put out his latest mixtape, A Futuristic Summer, earlier this month. It features collaborations with Quavo, 2 Chainz, Future T.I., and Young Thug, among others. Yep. So my apologies, y'all. After reading the details, we actually did talk about him not too long ago. Maybe it was in April or something, but it was definitely a while. It was a minute ago. But yeah, they going to trial. Mm-mm-mm.
Man, Jesus Christ.
It
Eh,
is one thing to do it and deny it, but you had to make a song about that shit. Are you kidding me, girl?
just nuts.
Nuts,
The
nuts, nuts,
weakest
honey.
link, I tell you, they be the weakest link.
Straight men, I want y'all to win. Black straight men, I really want y'all to win so bad, but y'all make it hard. Y'all make it so hard to root for you. I swear you do.
And a real swordsman, A real swordsman wouldn't want an unconscious woman because
Wake
they
it
want
up.
that woman to know what's up. A real swordsman ain't gonna do that. He wants you awake and alert so you'll know you getting put through the mattress. Man, weak ass man. Oh,
Hmm. Well, does anybody want to add anything else about his creepish ass before we go to the a story about another some other music? Now, this next story is not about rape, I promise, but it is musical drama in court. Well, our next story. So remember, Cardi B actually has a new single coming out this Friday. But the one that she had, like, y'all know that song by her, Enough. And to be completely honest, I've actually had enough of that song because they play it all the freaking time. But Enough Miami, like, they say, how I go? They say,
Yes, I remember.
okay.
Hmm.
Well, she's
I'm
getting
with you.
sued over. She's getting sued over that song, child.
Wait, is that like the second song she getting sued about?
Well, yes, because
God
that's what happens
damn.
when you're. That's what happens when you're a culture vulture. But allegedly. But anyway, so,
Well, sheesh.
yeah, I think I've told everybody on this show why. And the reason that I don't like this girl, it's not her fault. It's the people that are around her that are making her pop. That's why I don't like her. But anyway, y'all see, I have this hot new hip hop article. Cardi B's copyright lawsuit might affect the track list for a new album. Am I the drama? So Cardi B is about to drop her new album, Am I the Drama, later this fall, and some legal trouble might result in some last minute changes. That possibly hinges on a copyright that possibility hinges on a copyright infringement lawsuit against her from artist Joshua Frostro, his real name is Sten Jodi, and Miguel Aguilar, Carmichael 956, over her 2024 single Enough Miami. According to Billboard, the plaintiffs seek a court order that would bar the record from appearing on the upcoming LP. They claim the Bronx MC and her colleagues stole the melody and bass line from their track Greasy Fry Bread from back in 2021. Should Cardi B and her associates be permitted to release the album, including the single Enough Miami, the damages to plaintiff will not only be shit, that word is about to keep out irreparable.
Irreparable?
Thank you.
Irreparable.
Irreparable, thank you. But almost impossible to calculate, attorney Robert Flores reportedly wrote. Enjoining the release of one song from an album with 23 songs slot is less damage than allowing it to be released. Also, this injunction will reportedly take Enough Miami down from streaming services and prohibit performing, publishing, distributing, or monetizing the track until the lawsuit wraps up. However, it seems like the one inclusion of the single on Am I the Drama is unclear. After all, Flores claimed that the new album promotes the song Enough Miami as its main track, but no official announcements have confirmed the song's inclusion on the track list. Pre-saves
Uh-oh.
teases on the platform like Spotify don't include the track either. We'll see if Cardi's team or Atlantic Records themselves address any of this in court or in the media. Amid all of this drama, Cardi B's new single "Imaginary Players" is about to come out tomorrow, Friday, August 15th. We'll get another preview of how "Am I the Drama" will sound when it's released on Friday, September 19th. In addition, Cardi B moved to dismiss this lawsuit due to an alleged lack of proper copyright registration on behalf of Aguilar and Frostro. We will see whether or not this legal dispute comes to a conclusion before or after Am I the Drama comes out. Either way, we're sure plenty of other narratives will come to light. So, they've actually included both songs on here. So I'm actually going to play 20 seconds of both clips, and that way we can kind of compare ourselves. I personally think they most certainly do sound alike, but let's see. So here's Cardi's, and I can't sing the song. That's why I'm only giving y'all 20 seconds of it.
Yeah, yeah, okay, 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 yeah, yeah, yeah. Look, me versus you, and you know they pick it. Cheap and expensive, you knowing the difference. You know that it's hitting, you know what it's giving. Hair, nails, photo, bear. I can
Okay, so that was enough. That song that I've had enough of. Now, and this is from Greasy Fry Bread.
Baby girl, look at that leg, yeah. Why she acting all rosy?
Whew, both of them shits corny as hell. But
The beginning, yeah, that beat does sound it's a
she took
little
their
different.
baseline.
It's a little different, but yeah, it kind of starts off the same for sure.
Yeah, the beat at the beginning is the same, but I don't think it's really the same song necessarily. But the
They definitely
opening,
took that baseline.
yeah, they
Yeah.
definitely.
But I mean, like a bass line. Like, I mean, how many times has that bass line been used
Yeah,
That's true.
that's that's a little thin.
on all the
Well,
other one? Compared that other one with the black girl. Now that one, that little single she dropped. Now that okay, that lady had a. She definitely had some points there.
that rapper from what was her name? Was it Risa Reigns? I think she was out of Charlotte, North
Was she
Carolina.
out of Charlotte? Okay, yeah. I
hmm
was like either that or Miami. I couldn't remember.
Yep, that was her song "Outside."
Yeah,
Yeah, and I think we talked about that on this show.
we did, and we did, and did, and did.
That's a shame. I was telling Chill that we talk about so much shit, honey, that a lot of times I don't even remember what we talked about until I like
Look,
remember it.
hey, that's where I get all my scoop. Look, how I know everything is going on because I show up and I be here. My only
Thank
little tabloidy time of the day I give myself, to indulge in, and that's it.
yes. Well, I tell you, I am so grateful. Thank you so much for being here too. Even because without y'all being here, I wouldn't have anything to talk to anyone about. So,
We would
well,
listen, no matter where you was at.
well, did anybody want to add anything about Cardi B before we go to our last story?
No, the only thing I will give credit to for Cardi, boy, she can couture her ass off. She do have some style. Now I will give her that.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
it's cute.
Beautiful
It's got
gowns, beautiful
great
gowns.
gowns, beautiful gowns. I don't, I'm not buying it. I don't. It's now, don't get me wrong. Now, before, like, okay, when before, like, because when Bodak Yellow came out, that was a movement. I love that song. It's just like so my whole thing is, and I think I've even mentioned this on the show before. They acting like she's the next Lauren Hill or some shit. All she did was release one album that was mid at best, and then she has Grammys. Now she has this. Now she's getting fashion show appearances. So what about the other rap girls who've been putting in the work for years? You know what I mean? And this one girl who, let's keep it real, she's not black. She does not have a black background, but for her to dominate in this black, I just it doesn't sit well with me. That's just how I feel personally. So, but again, that's not her fault, and that's why I say I don't like Cardi B, but it's not her fault why I don't like her. So, well, our last story for somebody else I don't really like that. Well, music wise, as far as like him as a person, he seems okay, but I can't stand his music, honey. I'm sorry, Tootsie. And I hate that I don't like his music because he reps North Carolina to its fullest, even though he's from upstate New York. He'll still tell you I'm from Raleigh, North Carolina. But Tootsie is actually pausing his rap career for college football. So y'all see, I have this all hip hop article that goes into it. Tusi is pressing pause on the mic and picking up the pigskin because the platinum selling rapper wants to suit up for Division 1 college football. No cap. The 25-year-old Syracuse native has been flooding his socials with workout clips and football drills, all part of his mission to make a wild crossover from hip hop star to college athlete. And
College.
he's not college girl at 25, but okay. Listen, I'm not here to shut down anybody else's dreams. But
Baby.
when I read that how old he was, and then I said, college, you say, okay.
Hmm. Okay.
Well,
Look, if
and
white boys can do it, he can do it too.
touche, you right. Touche, touche, ow. But anyway, he's he's not shy about it either. I'm going to be the first artist to go back and go D1 for football. I'm pushing myself every day. Hashtag my first love, he posted. And this is the video that we could just watch a little portion
Ball.
of it.
Good. There you go. Ball. Good shit.
He looks damn
Damn,
good.
Shit.
he's little. I didn't realize he was so
Good.
small.
Step. There you go. Step. Good. Step. Step. Good.
Yeah, it seems to be for them. I don't know much about the sports ball, but this looks pretty good from what I'm seeing. But I wouldn't take
Yeah,
my opinion.
Yeah, I
it's
mean,
impressive.
it's
Uh,
a little
he,
rousing, but nothing like, you know.
he a
But
little
it was cool.
small, but he gonna have,
Yeah,
he gonna still have to step it up a little more. But yeah, not bad, not bad.
yeah.
Well, Tusi's been grinding at NC State's football facility, showing off his speed, footwork, and gym sessions like he's already on the team.
Well, good for
NF
him.
Good for him. And NFL safety CJ Gardner Johnson and retired baller Deshaun Jackson, who coaches at Delaware State University, have been showing him love, while the rest of the internet is either rooting for him or raising eyebrows. Thing is, this isn't a random stunt. Before his fame, Tusi actually played high school ball. Now he's trying to run it back, literally, and make history as the first rapper to go from chart topper to a Division One roster.
Mm.
Tusi is eyeing the 2025 season as his shot to make it real. Whether a school gives him a chance and whether he can hang with dudes who've been grinding on the field for years is the big question.
Mm.
Now he's. Uh, don't you have to be going to the college to play?
That's what I
I think.
thought.
Right?
I think he can redshirt. I mean,
Yeah, he
I
can
guess he got the money to apply and get into any school.
pay his own tuition. Yeah, I guess. Huh, interesting. Well, more power to him. It's positive. I'm not gonna yuck on his yum. If that's what he wants, it's not a terrible thing. It's better than what a lot of these rappers promote and rap about. So yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, if he was redshirted, yeah, he'd probably be about 25. I can't remember which white boy quarterback did that, but then he went to the NFL. So
Oh wow.
I mean, yeah, he was like he came back to school. I think it was at Florida State or somewhere around there. I can't remember, but it was an old ass white boy, and he redshirted and then yeah, quarterbacked and then went on to go to the NFL. I think for a little bit. So yeah, let the brother go ahead and at least try and live out his dreams. Hell, if Master P could try out for the NBA at 45, so can Buddy at 25.
You're right. Hey, work it out. And there have been speculations about his sexuality, but we're not gonna go there because the person who
Oh,
called him gay was Asian doll. So I don't know if you can really take what she says
I don't
too
even know who
serious.
that is. Asia doll. I don't know.
Well, you know what, girl? Thank your lucky stars, cause woo child.
And you know what? People need to mind their business. Who cares who he fucking? Worry about somebody. Worry about who in you. How about that?
Well, she can't because her boyfriend was killed,
Oh,
and she can't get over it.
oh, that's sad.
Look, no, it ain't, honey. He was a serial killer who got what he deserved, allegedly, allegedly.
Oh, well, you know.
That's not nice, Derek. Don't say that. But look, King Von was out here killing people, and now Asian doll she act like she want to rap just like him now because the girl can actually rap, but the thing is she keep trying to take King Von's cadence and
Yeah,
girl, let him
Oh,
go.
she was with oh yeah, the little Chicago killer.
Mm-hmm.
it's
Okay.
true. It's true. I mean, hey,
Hey, isn't old boy in jail? Kind of behind all like they was trying. What's his name? Dirk. And wasn't he with like King Von and all them?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And he's in jail right now, right?
He sure is. Converting all them inmates to Islam.
Hold on. What?
Yeah, he sure is. He up in the jail, and he is converting all the inmates up into what most of them that's in his he trying to talk them into converting to Islam. We talked about that here because
What?
they were
Oh,
trying.
he is a Muslim.
Yeah, Lil Durk, yes, he is. Hmm.
Since when?
I,
Oh,
see, I guess since he got locked up,
oh,
that's how it usually works out.
interesting. Oh, I'm like, that's news to me. What?
Well, no, I take that back. I think he was actually or raised into it because I know his father, even though his father was incarcerated as well, his father practiced Islam also. So I do think he was raised in it at some point.
Okay, okay. Interesting. Because he probably
Hmm.
ain't never getting out,
Probably. And my
allegedly.
thing is though, you talking about Islam, and I feel like isn't it like haram to kill somebody? Like, isn't it haram to take another man's life? And y'all see her playing around with it. I guess the same way that people play around with Christianity, child. I guess.
Well, yeah. And
I told
isn't
you
his
why
first
they
baby
do it.
mama
I
pork?
told you why they do it.
Oh yeah,
Isn't his
yeah.
isn't his first baby mama pork related?
You get better
I
food.
Yep, you're right.
Huh?
You get
They
better
do it so they can
food.
get better food. Hmm.
Oh, to be in religion?
Yeah.
Ah,
Mm-hmm.
that makes sense. That's a
Yep.
little hustle.
Did y'all ever see Orange is the New Black with with Black Sandy when she converted to Judaism so she can get the kosher meals?
I mean, I watched them
No.
say it on the shows I watch, Lock Up and stuff like that. Say they do it for better food, and that's
No,
good.
I
Wow.
didn't know that. Oh, and I didn't watch the Orange is New Black. You know what? There's a lot of show phenomenons I never really watched, which is crazy.
Yeah. And Orange is the New Black though, that was a moment. The crazy thing is, I think you actually would have enjoyed that one. Well, when the first earlier seasons, honey, it just started going downhill after a certain point.
Oh well, like everybody, like they do. I feel like I watched a few episodes. Like I went over to my sister's house. That's how I end up watching a lot of stuff. Like The Orange is the New Black. It was playing, and you sit down and watch some shows. You're like, oh, and then also Housewives. That's how I kind of
Yeah.
stayed relevant on kind of what was going on because I have was over there and be watching, end up watching a whole season, damn near. But yeah.
Yes. Shout out to the housewives. One of the I was actually having this conversation with a friend last night because we was talking about like how I don't. It's only certain reality shows I watch because I don't know if you noticed, but I usually really only watch the messy ones like the Basketball Wives or the Real Housewives of Atlanta. And what are the or a Love and Hip Hop, and what do all of these have in common? It's all black and it's all messy. But remember
Mhm.
when I think I told y'all this before. When I was going to school, my major was theater. When I went to school at NCCU, and back then, honey, reality TV was frowned upon, baby. If you wanted to be serious as an actor, you better stay far, and I mean far away from
I
reality
remember
TV.
saying that. Yeah.
Because he
You
was asking me
know,
about a show that I didn't watch, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm not going to watch it because I don't want to watch another reality show." He was like,
mhm,
"But you watch Love and Hip Hop and all." I said, "Well, there's a difference."
there's a
That was
difference.
messy.
I watched reality show in the early days, like that. Just date myself. That's how. I was there when it started. I sound like Moses. I was there in the inception of it. That's when I watched it, and
But you
then I.
really are though, and not to like date you, but because you were around the same age as my young aunt who's no longer with us. She died at 36, but I was introduced to real world because of her. That was
Mhm.
geared towards your generation.
Yeah. Yep. I was. It was Real World. What else? Like even the Housewives. Like the first Housewives I watched when it was out of Orange County. It was just that one.
Hmm.
That was good. They really had some good stories on there back then. Um. What else? I even the Kardashians. Like I watched the first maybe two seasons, but and then I was like, okay, I can't do them. But like I always watch the beginning ones, and then I'll be like, okay, I'm out. And it got too
Yeah.
crazy for me. Weird.
I just don't. I'm trying to get better because I recognize that times have certainly changed, honey. And now a lot of times one of the quickest ways to get an acting job is probably through reality TV now. But
Well, hell yeah. Or being a personality on social media.
mhm.
They getting picked up on BET all the time now.
They ain't picking up the real bitches. Ask me how I know. Ask me how I know.
You right.
Well,
You
y'all, that
right.
was all the tea that I had for us today. So before we head out and before I go and watch the rest of my stories, did any of you have any tea that you want to share or anything I might have missed?
No,
No.
you good. We even had our little chit chat.
Thank you. I actually was going to talk about that Cameron and Omar Good and shit, but that story is just so stupid and so corny. I
I
decided
don't
to just
even
leave
know.
it
What you
alone.
talking about? Oh,
Girl,
okay.
they was beefing.
Oh,
Long story short, Cuba Good, not Cuba, but
Omar.
Cameron said in the interview he was like, yeah, I don't want to be out here like because I think he made a reference to the movie Baby Boy, and you don't want to be like Tyrese and he called him Omar Gooding Jr. Omar
Ooh,
had a problem with him calling him a junior. He was like, Cuba's the junior. How you gonna call me a junior? I ain't no junior. And then he made a diss track. Omar good and made diss tracks about Cameron. Made like
oh,
three of them.
really? Oh,
Yes. So what
that's
Cameron
funny.
did, honey, Cameron gonna sit there and set up a whole fake acting job, done paid the man, done had him sitting there thinking he's doing work for a movie, and now he got clips of that man and he putting the shit. It was just so stupid and so corny. I'm like, these are two grown
Oh,
ass men.
oh,
Are you
Cameron
kidding
is
me?
nasty petty. Oh, that's nasty petty.
Child.
That's a whole nother level of petty. You pay money to embarrass this man. Oh wow. Oh
Hmm.
wow. You something else. Yeah, but I've never really liked Cameron.
I ain't had I honestly didn't have a problem with it. I just really have issues with grown ass men thinking they can't say anything. Gotta feel like they gotta say pause after. Like, dude, come on now, say what you gotta say and stop that pause shit. It's so fuck. And I thought we left that shit in the last decade, to be
No,
honest.
no, they still do it, and I mean tough. And the little kids is doing it too. It's annoying.
I hate it.
But I haven't really liked Cameron since he in what was that movie? That
State
he was in
property.
State Property. He played that. Honestly, I felt like he played himself, and I was like, he's really not a nice person.
No, that wasn't state property. That was paid in full. Paid in
Paid
full.
in full, yes, yes, paid in full. I knew what you meant, but yes, 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 because I couldn't think of the name. But yeah, paid in full. And I was
Hmm.
thinking, that he playing that a little too well. That's him. And sure
Hmm.
enough, I feel like he has proved every day that's really how he is. I don't like mean people like that.
I think you might be on to something.
But I'll let you go run your stories because I don't want to hold you up. It's you got 30 minutes left.
Oh, girl, it was already on in the background, baby. I got it playing and I'm reading the closed caption and everything, honey. I was multitasking, talking to you and watching my stories at the same damn time. but, but it is always a pleasure. Thank you all for taking time out of your busy day to come and sip tea with me. Do not forget to hit up our email, auntie@auntiederek.com for show feedback, any new juice, any new tea that you want to share with us. Hit us up. And we will be back for the tomorrow's live show at 12:30 Eastern Standard Time if you can make it. Until
Yay.
then, you all have a fabulous rest of your day.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.